first high line. Get out there. This moment. Woo!
Aloha, you beautiful creative soul. Matt here. Welcome to week 4 of this 12-week epic journey that is the artist's way. As Julia Cameron puts it on her book, it is the spiritual path to a spiritual path to higher creativity. Thank you, Julia Cameron, for putting this out here. Thank you so much. This is a gem. This is the distillation of Julia's 20-30 years work of teaching creativity. Like, how do you teach creativity? It's like one of those things like, how do you teach joy? How do you teach love? It's like such a concept, but she lays out such a helpful process for us to unpack what that means and looks like for each of us individually. It is beautiful. And we are on week 4. Day 1 is officially a third of the way through this 84 day journey. Day 29 of 84 days. A third of the way, week 4 of 12, however you want to look at it. It has been quite a journey already. We've unpacked a lot. And so if you're just tuning in, definitely start at day 1 if you want to commit to the process. Or if you just want to hear what today's all about, feel free to tune in. Just to review, we've unpacked what might feel like a lot of, unnerving things that we don't look at every day. We kind of got to understand who that inner critic is that presents to us the resistance that inhibits us from our creative play. And a lot of different ways we've kind of like developed a healthier relationship with our critic. We've acknowledged that skeptic as well of the journey, the process, a lot of skeptical things that might come up. We've looked at creating healthy boundaries from those crazy makers or poisonous playmates that might not want us to change in the ways that we want to change. We've looked at befriending our anger and seeing what our anger has to teach us. We have looked at releasing the unserving shame that we've gotten since our first breath. Well, maybe not necessarily, but since we're very young. Also with that, a lot of criticism and how to navigate criticism, because it's not all bad. There's great criticism out there, but we all need to navigate that ourselves. And we've looked at releasing false negative beliefs, a lot of stuff. So I bring all this up because this week we are cultivating a clearer sense of ourself. And with that, being true to who we are and making the honest changes necessary for growth, for our creative recovery. Which might sound kind of daunting, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward, given that we have a very effective tool that we just follow. And also, like, what I've noticed in going through this process is a lot of the change that I want, it just happens naturally by going through the process. And a lot of things are things that I don't expect. They just happen. I'm like, oh, I guess I did need that. Kind of like the first iPhone. Thank you, Steve Jobs, for creating that. It's like people didn't know they wanted it, needed it, until it was created. And it's like, oh my gosh, I want this thing so bad. So what is the process that we are committing to? Pretty straightforward. Morning pages. If you're new to the morning pages, they are 3 pages of free flow stream of consciousness journaling. You're not supposed to read them to people because of the criticism and all of the reasons, but they could sound anything like Yogananda and French toast are a pretty awesome morning treat. It's just whatever comes to mind. You just let it out. You let it flow. You try to let the critic take a seat and let it flow. And the stuff that comes through is so so ridiculous sometimes, and so beautiful and poetic, and the spectrum is beautiful. It's a great thing. Do it. If you're doing the process, the morning pages are key, as are the artist dates. And the artist dates are a block of time, perhaps 2 hours, maybe a day, maybe 30, whatever is appropriate for you. But just a block of time that's just for you to nurture your creative consciousness, your inner artist. And the last piece to the process are the weekly exercises, the reading and the weekly exercises that are laid out in this daily journey that we've been going through with Intention Inspired. So, that said, if you haven't already, let's take a beat and do our morning pages. Okay, so today, as we begin getting more honest with ourselves, we're going to bring some awareness to the feelings that are real, those things you feel that's inside of you that are very real. Yes, they come and go as they do. And we compare those with the official feelings that we often present to the outside world. And just simply notice the difference. One way I like to do this is when people ask, "How you doing? What's up?" How do I respond? Good. Great. Good. Fine. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. It's like, what's that? Am I good? Am I all right? I mean, what do I want to bring awareness to? And so people aren't often looking for a life story or to dive into some sort of like emotional soupy thing, because most of the time people just give a general formality response. But moments like that are great opportunities to just check in and see how aligned those real feels are compared to those official feels. So that's what we're exploring today. I hope you enjoy the reading and the other creative exercise that you'll find in today's session. And thank you so much. This is epic. I feel like this plant right now. I feel like the first 3 weeks we got some good nutritious soil. We got some good fertilizer in there. We got our seed that found a very safe home to let out its taproot and to start sinking down and blossoming our beautiful self. And I feel like this is the stage we're at, where it's like, oh my gosh, how gorgeous and so much potential. And just letting the growth just naturally happen by committing to the process. So kudos to you. Thank you for giving yourself the time, for joining this community who are doing the same thing and experiencing their own unique things through it all. So if you would like to join the community conversation, there's a link in the description to go to the activity feed and share what's been on your heart, mind, and soul as you journey through this creative recovery that is the artist's way. It's good stuff. So, enjoy the day, enjoy yourself, enjoy your creative explorations and observations, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace, love, and honesty.